Back in 2013, if Curley told law enforcement he had a key, you're not the only one, you're the only truck driver you knew had a key.
Right.
Okay, so you're not going to dispute what he's indicated. There were other keys out there.
Right, because I, like Bob had a key, and I know
Sure.
Pat McKeefery had a key, and
Sure, but the general hours were 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. out at the
Right.
sludge, or the landfill, I
right,
should say.
right,
And with respect to that, you're aware, there are no cameras out there.
right.
There's no video surveillance of who's out there.
No.
With respect to the time frame that anybody would be out there, you're testifying with respect to the work hours of when people were there, 7 to 5.
Right,
You've already just articulated an incident where you were there on the weekend outside those general hours. So somebody who has a key could get in there after hours.
yes,
Sure. So with respect to that, when you've also talked about the sludge versus the ash, you were asked some questions regarding you could drive a truck on this, but isn't it true that not in all the cells could you start driving a truck on anything?
yeah, there were some of the spots were really soft, you could not
Sure.
drive on there.
Because ash, that's more solid, right?
Right,
Sludge, that's a little more unstable.
right,
And in fact, would you agree with respect to that, there are some areas that are almost like quicksand, that it is something that is liquefied?
there were some soft spots, yes.
Sure. And with respect to those areas then, it's your testimony that typically what was done is a vehicle's backed up to it and then stuff is dumped into it, right?
Yes, sorry,
And with regard to that, whatever's in there, as you're dumping things, you're not really looking at what's in there. Is that right?
no, you watch, I mean, to make sure that it, once you start dumping, I always kind of rolled ahead a little bit and watched as it was coming out, and when I knew it was quit coming, that I could put the box back down.
But you yourself aren't looking at what's already in there every time you're going there.
No, I guess not, I mean,
Okay. So as we're now describing, you were asked questions about Georgia Pacific where you indicated there was a gatekeeper. There's no gatekeeper at that sludge pond.
no,
And anybody that had a key could be getting in there.
yes.
Now, I have no further questions.
Thank you. Do you have any recross?
Sir, when regards to these cells, how often will you be dumping off of an edge where it was kind of deep? Do you recall?
When we'd start a new cell,
At that time in 2013, were there any new cells that you remember?
I'd be lying if I said I can't remember.
And as far as the state asked you a question about, kind of like quicksand, but if something fell in there, it wouldn't sink all the way to the bottom, correct?
I don't think it's that soupy,
Okay.
because I know that one spot, the one time Bob forgot and drove out there and the cat got stuck, but it didn't sink out of sight. We hooked 2 dump trucks to it and pulled it back out.
Okay. So, and the only reason it sunk is because it's a Bobcat, it's pretty heavy, correct?
Well, it's a big Caterpillar, bulldozer kind of
Yep.
a thing.
Do you know how heavy that is?
Very heavy.
Very heavy. Okay.
I'm just guessing that big cat that's out there, I would say probably 30, 40 ton at least. It's a big cat.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. You are excused then. Thank you very much, and you're free to go. And we'll, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we'll take a morning recess. We'll reconvene at about 10:27. Thank you.
Thank
Stand-
you.